Something is invading my thoughts. I used to love my quiet nights. The hum of my desk fan, the faint glow of my laptop screen, and the rhythmic tapping of my keyboard were my closest companions. Writing, be it stories, articles, or even mindless journal entries, was my escape. But lately, something has been wrong. Terribly wrong. It began subtly, almost laughably so. About 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at my desk trying to flesh out a short horror story. The idea was straightforward. A man realizes his thoughts aren't his own. Simple, right? Yet every time I typed a sentence, I'd backspace. Nothing felt right. Then the whispers started. Not audible ones, at least, not at first. It was more like a vague impression, a suggestion slipping through my subconscious. That sentence doesn't make sense. Delete it. Or, use a stronger word here. At first, I thought it was just my inner critic being louder than usual. Writers get that. But by the end of the night, it wasn't just the story I doubted. It was me. I'd type a sentence, only for a voice, clear and cold as winter air, to whisper, "That's not your thought." By the third night, I stopped writing altogether. It wasn't because I didn't have ideas. It was because every idea came with a sense of intrusion, as if it didn't belong to me. I'd sit at my desk, staring at the cursor blinking against the empty white document, and feel the weight of something watching. Something waiting. One night, I couldn't stand it anymore. I shut my laptop and climbed into bed, determined to leave my desk behind. My dreams had other plans. In the dream, I was in my room, but the walls were stretching infinitely upward, the ceiling swallowed by darkness. My desk was gone, replaced by a mirror. I walked toward it, only to see that my reflection wasn't moving. It just stared back, a shadowy grin stretching wider and wider across its face. Then it spoke. "You're not as clever as you think." I woke up gasping, sweat dripping down my temples. The next morning, I told myself it was just a nightmare. I even considered taking a break from writing altogether. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't help. Whatever was happening wasn't confined to my desk or my laptop. It was inside me. The whispers grew louder over the following days, invading every quiet moment. Walking to the store? Turn left here. Washing dishes? You missed a spot. Sitting in traffic? That driver hates you. I didn't dare tell anyone. How do you explain something like that without sounding insane? Last night, things escalated. I was brushing my teeth when I noticed something odd in the mirror. My reflection was a fraction of a second slower than me. I lifted my toothbrush. It followed, delayed. I turned my head. It hesitated before mimicking me. Then it stopped mimicking altogether. I froze, toothpaste dribbling down my chin, as my reflection leaned closer to the glass and whispered, "You're not alone in there." The bathroom lights flickered, and when they stabilized, my reflection was normal again. But I wasn't. My heart felt like it was trying to claw its way out of my chest. Now, I'm writing this because I need someone to know. Someone has to know before it gets worse. My thoughts aren't my own anymore. They're louder now, not whispers but full-fledged commands. Sometimes, I can't even tell if I'm thinking or if it's thinking for me. I wanted to stop writing this halfway through. Not because I didn't want to finish, but because something told me to stop. And the worst part? I don't know if that something was me or not. As I type this final paragraph, I feel it. A presence leaning over my shoulder, its breath icy against my neck. My fingers don't even feel like they're mine anymore. They're moving on their own. It wants me to write something. It wants me to tell you, I'm in you now. And now that you've read this, maybe you'll hear the whispers too.